Okay, good morning everyone, and you are welcome to our Sunday morning meditation session at the Temple of Enlightenment. So this is the winter session, so very cold. Um, it's getting cold, so we experience in our life cold, hot, all the different uh, feelings. So life is always with different experiences, the full of different experiences. That's why I think life is so much. mm, so we all learn something from these all experiences. We learn to endurance. Buddha once said, when you feel happy, don't be too excited, right? Because it is, and it could be changed anytime. So once Buddha said again, when you worry and sad, so much disappointed, when you feel very bad, then Buddha said, don't be too so much disappointed because could be changed. So we all experience many different feelings in our life. Sometimes we feel happy, sometimes we feel sad, sometimes we very success, very satisfied. Everything is good, everything is best. We gain a lot, become rich and have money to enjoy our life. So sometimes we lost and we have to ask some other people to get some support and help. Sometimes we feel a difficulty, we face to some difficulty because we not enough have, we do not have enough. So sometimes we completely uh, they lost. It's happening. Sometimes we get admired by so many people around us. Everybody praise to face, admire, uh, giving thanks. So nice day, happy to meet, happy to see, happy to talk. But sometimes we getting rejected by this the people who's living with us. So we will get rejected, blame, criticize, whatever is happening. Maybe it's people praise you, admire you, maybe criticize. Then we have to be very careful not to be so to to be so excited or disappointed. So sometimes we feel physically so happy, comfortable, very comfortable, very healthy, very everything is good, happy. Sometimes we suffer, it's painful, get ill and sick physically or mentally. It's happening. This is the life. This is the life Buddha face to this reality. Even Jesus, Muhammad, whoever living on this earth, they all feel the same thing. The creator of the world, the God, that's Almighty One. Sometimes he sorrowed, be sad, but disappointed, right? You know that. Because the whatever he created, it wasn't happened what he expected. So he have to punish and do something. So this is the world until we live in, wherever we live. Whenever we live, we all face into these difficulties. No matter whatever situation is around us, we face in, we experience in happy or suffer. Meditation is the best. Meditation keep you calm and relaxed no matter whatever the situation is. So even you physically painful, you feel so bad feeling physically until you just imagine you got a physical pain. You can't bear it. It's not easy to endure. So much painful feeling. What do you do? Crying, and you keep blaming to God, blaming to Buddha, blaming to Dhamma you learn and study, to your practice, blaming to your doctors, blaming to this country, blaming to who is caring of you. Now we're not supposed to do that. What you supposed to do? Yes, this is the life. We all face into these difficulties. This is the reality. This is the truth. Life is this. Buddha got wounded, and Buddha got a operation, surgery, and Buddha got a back pain, stomach ache, headache. Jesus got crucified. So this is the reality. This is the life. When we meditate on it, this is the life. This is the reality. We have to go through. Then just remember, Buddha said, when you feel physically bad, mentally bad, physically bad, you feel so much pain, but make sure stay healthy in mind. How could we stay in healthy mind? We just aware unto this reality. This is the nature. This is the reality. We face into this difficulty until we live. No matter wherever, whatever we face into this difficulty. This is the reality. This is the truth. It's keep you awakening. It gives you joy. It gives you happiness. It's release your pain. Instead of blaming to that pain, and just be focused on the reality. This is the reality. This pain is this body built by the elements. This elements all subject to change. We all know. So if it is not if we not get ill or sick, or if we not feel pain, that's weird. That's not the reality. So then we awakening ourselves whatever we experience in the moment. So that's how meditation is always is best. So if you got angry, some people hate you, blame you, giving you so much trouble, you can live happily, peacefully by doing metta to them. No matter whatever you do, I forgive you. I do not hate. Whatever you take it. Whatever I do, I will take it. So if you do good, it's good for you. If I do good, it's good for me. So I do metta to you. You may be happy. You may free from your hate, your anger, your ignorance, from your bad thoughts, and you may have peace, happiness. So at that difficult situation is also you are awakening yourself. You happy, you safe. So meditation is always the best to do. So, we meditate in the winter, in cold weather. We meditate in the summer, in the hot weather. We meditate in the spring or even in the autumn. The old seasons are the lessons. Whatever happened around us are lessons. Whatever happened in me is lessons. Everything is lessons if we open our mind to see it. So, if we born as a gods, according to Buddha's teaching, that's temporary too, and we will leave their place. Then we will become sad at that moment because we know I'm going to leave and sweating, the flowers getting withered, the clothes getting dirty. That signs let the gods know you are going to leave, and they become sad. So, no matter whatever sentient beings, we all we all have to live with reality through nature. So, meditation helps us to realize this nature, the truth. Meditation helps us to awaken to the truth. So, mind is the most important thing. So, now we are going to lead our mind to focus. We are going to lead our mind to be mindful. Usually, mind leads us, mind take us. Usually, we do whatever mind asks, but now we lead, we lead mind. We lead mind. We take mind to the point. We not follow mind. We make mind follow us, and we are going to live this moment with knowing. Now you are sitting for meditation, crossing legs, very calm and relaxed. Your body is straight, not any movement, but breath moves. Breath moves. Just only breath moves back and forth. Exactly, mind is moving, running, jumping, wondering, imagining, imaginating, confusing. Mind does the whole thing, but your body is still. Breath, breath moving. Breath is moving and mind is moving. And we're going to keep that wandering mind onto the breath to be mindful that moving of the breath back and forth, ana, apana, inhale and exhale. So you make close your gently eyes and sit comfortably. Take deep breath and slowly let go. Couple of times do it and relax. listening to this bell and relax into it. So take deep breath, fill your lungs with fresh air, and let go your tension, stress, and take again deep breath and release it. And focus into yourself, your top of the head, your hair, your forehead, your face, and relax them. Your ears, your neck and shoulders, and relax them. Your arms, hands, fingers, relax them. Your chest and stomach, and relaxing. Your legs, feet, feet, and relax. Just imagine your sitting position. Be mindful into you. Make yourself comfortable and relax. Feel the sensation of the body. Be mindful about yourself. Just focus into you and be mindful on your feelings, sensations while you relax in yourself. and simply be awakened to yourself. Sitting is difficult, painful. It is painful because of the impermanent. We can't stay long without changing because this body is subject to change. It's impermanent. That's why we feel some pains of the body. Then be awakening. This is the reality and true nature. So make yourself comfortable and feel the feelings and awakening to the reality. If you stay standing, you can't stay any longer. If you stay sleeping, you can't stay sleeping very long. So this is the reality of the body. Simply be aware and mindful this moment and these feelings right now, right happening. Now you know what is going on this moment in you. This Nibbana, enlightenment, is not something beyond us. It is right in us. Just simply we have to awaken into it by realizing this reality and true nature and developing mindfulness into this moment. So breathe, keep your mindfulness close to your nose, your attention close to your nose. So mindfully breathe in and breathe out. Be relaxed. Now you know you breathe in and breathe out. Mindfulness is right in you, on you, in this moment. Now you feel so happy, comfortable. So you are living this moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Now you may stay right in front of the nose and just watch move moving of the breath. Follow your natural breath and be mindful on it. Now you see your breath moving, sometimes long breath, sometimes short breath. Just be mindful on it. You may learn, you may learn love to your breath. The breath is your life. It's keep you alive. Without breath, you are nothing. Without breath, nothing, anything with you, you and your family or whoever, whatever it is. You give so much values to something behind you, around you, and you forget your breath. You neglect your breath. Breath keep you alive. It not let you decomposition. So love to your breath. Be mindful on it. It is your life. It is your everything. So just give relaxing to your breath. Make relax your breath. So be aware from whole breath. Be mindful beginning of the breath and along to the end. Make sure this breath can make you enlighten, awakening. So this breath can release your pain, suffering. This breath has such a power. So be mindful. Observe your in breath and out breath and relax into it. Now you feel so much peace, happiness, calmness, tranquility, because you're mindful and you observe in breath and you observe in your natural breath. You observing, you awakening to yourself, you feel peace, happiness, calmness. It is right in you. Happiness is right in you. It is on your breath. It is in your breath. So observe it. So let go everything you attach so much surrounding you. You attach not you on your under control. Now you're controlling. You're trying to control. You're trying to keep as you wish. So let go so those all surrounding things. Even your breath is moving. So your mind is wandering. But you can control your mind. You can lead just only your mind. You cannot lead anyone else's mind. So lead your mind. Focus breath. Be mindful and observe it. Feel peace, relaxation, calmness, and tranquility of your breath. All this stress come from our attachment, whatever surrounding us. because we try to control them, but they are not on our under control. So your responsibility just only your own yourself. So control yourself. Just simply let go all around you, everything around you. Simply be mindful your own. Even breath will leave us one day. Even breath is not our under control. Breath will leave. Before it leaves, be mindful on it and awaken into this reality and true nature. To simply letting go everything is peaceful. Stay without attachment is peaceful. Stay without attachment even a moment is peaceful. So this mindfulness, awareness of the breath is peaceful. Simply be mindful on the breath is relaxing. You may simply feel this peace, this tranquility in this moment. You are experiencing amazing relaxation, peace. Now you're free. Now you feel the freedom, being mindful on this moment. Just only breathe, simply breathe. Everything is until we breathe in. When it stops, everything will stop. Then be mindful on breath before it stops. You have to make sure yourself, whatever you happiness looking for, whatever peace you are looking for, whatever pleasure you are looking for, it is right in front of your nose. It is right in you, nowhere else. Nothing on anyone else or nothing in anyone else. It is right in you, right in front of your nose. So observe it. Observe this peace, tranquility, happiness. Try to find out yourself, your own peace, happiness by following your breath. Now, when you listen in the bell and just focus your sitting position and be aware yourself and slowly open your eyes. So stretch and stretch your, to turn to your right by holding your left arm with your right arm and twist. Use your left arm and turn to your left and bend to your left or to right and bend to your left. So now you're good. Take a break before the discussion. Peter, if you don't mind, just turn on light. Now we're gonna have discussion. Uh, yeah, just so right. Yes, right there. Hi, Patricia. How are you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Very good.
How many people came to the temple today?
Just two.
2 people.
Yeah, with
It's
with
the
me with me is three.
and that's good. You still have the cat?
Yeah, he's meditating in the basement.
Oh,
So you're doing good, huh?
I'm doing okay. I'll try to make it one of these Sundays
Yeah,
for
yeah,
next year.
yeah, yeah,
Next year.
yeah. That's good.
Mhm.
That's good. Johanna, Johanna.
Hey, Van. Hi, Vante. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you.
I hope to see you next week.
Yes, next Sunday I'm gonna be in person in the temple. In the
Okay.
temple.
Good, good, good.
Okay. See you next Sunday.
Very good. So, Jayantanona,
Yes, Bante.
uh,
I
Homa,
didn't go to monastery today.
you didn't.
Yes,
You joined to this meditation. Good. So thank you.
the idea. So you coming up here, right?
Yes, yes. I'm going to come. Maybe I hope to come tomorrow. And
Yeah, Bante Sumita. Yeah, Sumita will be leaving Thursday.
yes, he told me. I'm going to make it tomorrow, and I will let you know after meditation.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Bante.
Thank you. So, who is the Masin Soska? Oh, hi.
That's me. Hello.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, I should
yeah.
be met, right?
Yes, we met. I visited you. Hopefully, I can do it. Maybe this week. I can be in person
Y-
on Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tuesday, yes. Um, this Tuesday, not sure. I'm going to
Okay.
have it. Um, do you have my number?
I exchanged some emails.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
because
fine.
I'm planning to going to Texas. Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
with my master. So um, probably not this Tuesday. Maybe next Tuesday.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So have a safe trip. Have a
yeah,
safe
thank
trip.
you, thank you, and sorry about that. Okay, I think you are preparing your own questions to discuss today, and you can bring your wisdom to this group and share your wisdom. Um, so I think now you are mm, ready. Okay. How are you doing? But yeah, you still going to Van Cotton Park? I didn't. No, I didn't. Yeah, I used to, but when this winter begin, I just stop. Maybe later I will start again. Yeah, maybe I come when my master leaving, after leaving. Yeah, yeah. So the scroll are still there, but yeah, I can't see them. Okay, so Michael.
Yes, Monte.
So today, I hope today discuss with you um, whatever we experience in our life. So how we could we all how could we uh, develop ourselves? How could we learn ourselves, practice ourselves? So how could we improve? Um, so discussing is the one of best thing Buddha mentioned. So to share the wisdom. Um, discussion is the uh, one of blessing actually. So be very generous to share, and whatever the question uh, we have to. So we have to bring our questions to learn. So how much you ask, that much you will learn, right? So
Yes.
how much we listen, that much we learn. So but we have to ask. If you ask good question, you will get good answer. If you listen good thing, you will learn good things. So you have to be very careful. You see, how much we think, whatever way we are think, and we will learn. So we improve. If you think in good way, you improve in good way. If you think bad way, we improve in bad way. So, but in everything is kind of lesson. So, what do your question, Michael? Or you have anything to share?
Questions. I do have questions. Well, uh, I want to share first of all that there is a. I was in a discussion yesterday with a fellow, and we talked a little about Paul Tillich. Some of you know Paul Tillich.
What's that?
Paul Tillich was a Protestant theologian and in New York City, and a teacher, a university professor. And he said that when it comes to belief, when it comes to faith, we have very many ways of looking at it. First of all, we have what we want to believe. And what we want to believe might not be the same as what we believe, right? So we may want to believe something, but in fact we don't. Then he said, we want others to look at us with, he wants that we all want to be seen in a good way, in a good light. And so we are concerned with what others think we believe. So, for example, we say, oh, yes, I believe this, I believe that, because somebody else does, and we want to fit in. And then we also have what we really believe, and that's very hard to find. So when it comes to our practice, we don't, this is my opinion only, you don't have to worry so much about what we believe. It's not really important. The important thing is to practice. And what we have for practice is the Eightfold Noble Path. And the Eightfold Noble Path contains everything. Sometimes we concentrate on one part, and sometimes we concentrate on another part. When it came to faith, the Buddha said, well, when it comes to faith, we understand two things only. We understand that we believe that the Buddha is enlightened, that he was able to, by his own work, gain enlightenment. And the number two thing that we have for faith is we believe that we too can do that because we have faith that the Buddha did it. We have faith in the Buddha's teaching, and therefore we know that if we apply the right effort, we can do it too. So that's faith from a Buddhist point of view. But we always have to do the exercise of saying, what do I really believe? Not what I want other people to think I believe, not what I want to believe, but what I really believe. When it comes to faith, we want to do that little exercise to get to the heart and the root of belief. So that's one thing I think. And now that I've said that, I want to open a can of worms, and say this, that the Buddha taught us some very rudimentary truths. The rudimentary truth is that suffering is existence, suffering is real, and that that there's a cause for suffering, and that cause is grasping and clinging, anger and ignorance, and there's a path out of that. That's what the Buddha taught. So it's really very simple. And all the suttas, hundreds of thousands of pages of work, have given us instruction and, instruction on the way to enlightenment. Some of that instruction is wisdom. Some of that instruction is concentration. And some of that instruction is on behavior, or sila, which is our foundation for morality and ethics. So these are all taught by the Buddha. We can cultivate them, but we can't really cultivate them consciously all at once. We have to pick a corner and concentrate on that. So based on faith that the Buddha is the enlightened one and that he attained it himself, and based on the faith that we can do it too, we have all this instruction. So I actually have a question. You thought I wouldn't get to it, didn't you? I have a question. When the Buddha taught, sometimes he taught in a very pure way, and by pure way, I mean very philosophical and very direct. The example being, he taught about the five kundas, right? What are we composed of? We're composed of. What are we made of? And each of these bundles can be taken apart. So in the end, what we see when we examine the five kundas is that we are nothing at all. We have no self. Nothing is permanent. It's all temporary. It's all just an accident of collection, like bags of different stuff, bags of physical stuff, bags of feeling, bags of perception, bags of change and form, bags of consciousness, where we think, this is me. Well, we're not. We say, when we look at it that way, as just bags of things constantly coming into being and coming apart, we recognize that we have no self. Well, the Buddha was pretty wise and taught us all this stuff that I mentioned. He taught it in different ways. So my question is, how do we receive it? An example of my question, the Buddha also taught about karma. He taught about 5 realms. He taught about the heaven realms, the hell realms, the animal realms, and all of this. But in the West, we don't necessarily have an understanding of these things. So if we concentrate on the pure essence, is that enough? What do I mean by pure essence? I mean the Four Noble Truths, for one, dependent origination for another, understanding the 5 skundhas for another. Is that enough, or do we need to also believe and understand karma, afterlife? What else? The realms. See, in the West, we don't really appreciate things like that as much as people do in the East. Boy, I'm talking a lot and saying nothing, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you explain, and you explain is very good things. The very very important thing of the very very fundamental
Fundamental.
teachings of the Buddha about the Four Noble Truths, 5 khandhas.
Mm.
So your question is, what's your question exactly?
My question is very, very deep in my verbiage. My question is it necessary to believe in things such as the realms
Oh, realms. Okay.
and still practice? And I gave examples of practices that don't talk about the realms. Many suttas that talk about the realms, and many suttas that don't. So my question is, in order to progress along the path, do we have to take along belief in the realms as an example, or the gods, or the devils? In other words, all of the things that are cultural in Eastern religion, namely Buddhism. Some people believe in Buddhism and everything that the Buddha said, but have a lot of difficulty with the gods, the protectors of the temple, all those things.
Yes, that's a good question actually. This is mostly these Westerners have this question. Whatever you said, the Westerners don't believe these kind of thing and not appreciate much about those kind of teachings. So to be awakening, to be enlightened, it's not necessary to believe any realm. Anything is beyond of our experience. So it's not necessary to believe those any kind of things too. It's not related with our whatever we looking for enlightenment or awakening, uh, liberation, freedom. It's not depends on the belief, whatever you believe. It depends whatever you realize um, the reality and true nature, whatever we experience through our sense basis. The Buddha always taught us to uh, be aware and just to understand and realize what is this I is. That's what once, and Buddha, the someone asked Buddha, world is saying. Everybody says world and world and world. He asked, what is the really world is? he asked Buddha, what is the really world is? Everybody says world, 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 maybe realm, 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 heavenly realm, animal realm, ghost realm, hell realm, um, semi-gods realm, whatever realms, and everybody talk about that. What's the exactly this world means? And Buddha said, okay, I and the forms, visible things, and I consciousness. When I meet the forms, whatever we see, then I consciousness arise. After that, whatever you feel, this is the world. This is the world. And Buddha said again, the ear and sounds. When the ear meet the sounds, then ear consciousness arise. Then whatever you feel with that consciousness is this is the world. And the same thing Buddha said, the nose and odors, the nose consciousness, the feeling arise through the nose. Then tongue, taste, tongue consciousness, and the feelings we have after that taste, the consciousness of the tongue. And body, tangible things, then body consciousness, and then all the feelings we experience in our life. Then mind and phenomena and mind consciousness and all the Dhamma. The mind and Dhamma and mind consciousness, then all are the feelings we feel. And this is the world, nothing else. Arise of the eye is the arise of the world. Arise of the ear, arise of the world. And Buddha said in this sutta, in that sutta, if there are no eye, no forms. No eye, no forms, no eye consciousness. No eye consciousness, no anything. No world. No world. So same thing about the ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Then world is not something beyond, it is right in here. So Buddha taught us to awakening into it. That's all. You don't have to believe. You just experience what is in you and what you feel.
Well,
Right?
absolutely. Let someone else. I'm not saying anything. Somebody else can talk. Ask a question.
Yeah. How much you ask, that much you learn. Right?
I remember being at a talk given by Sayalai Susila. She is a Buddhist teacher. She teaches Vipassana, and she's in Malaysia. And she gave a talk in New York, and she gave a short talk, and then she said, I really want this to be a question and answer because I don't know you and I want to learn about you. So please ask questions. And nobody asked any questions. So she left. She just walked away. She said, I have nothing to say because you have no questions. It's the hardest thing, I think.
The question, actually, to question, even to question, we have to have some kind of knowledge and to practice and learning. So, just if I let me give you explain a little bit more the what Michael bring to this discussion to realm and believe this kind of things. So, then that's the in that this teaching come from the Samyutta Nikaya. So the ones the Buddha was questioned by someone, what is sentient being? Is what is sentient being? So everybody says satta, satta, satta. What is satta? What is sentient being? What is sentient being?
Mm.
So Buddha taught the same thing. I and forms and I consciousness and feelings. The arise to that I consciousness. The all the thoughts we we think. Then ears and sounds and I ear consciousness and then thoughts we think. Nose orders, tongue nose consciousness and the things. Thoughts we think.
Mm.
Tongue taste and tongue consciousness and the things, the thoughts we are thinking about it. Body and tactiles, body consciousness, and we think about the feelings come through the body. The mind and mind consciousness, dhammas, soul thoughts. And this is the satta, this is the satta, this is the sentient being. Without this eyes, ears, nose, and all other things, there are no satta, no sentient being. So it's very clear, right? It's very clear. It's right here. It's right here. It is right on the sense basis and the five khandhas. That what Michael said. Five khandha. The five khandha is that's what is the sentient being. So this all sense basis is the one of those khandha is a rupa
Mm.
khandha form. So it's the most important thing is realizing about this yourself. You don't have to believe anything else. So there are even more teaching on that Samyutta Nikaya. So I think this is enough to understand that we don't have to
Mm.
believe anything. We have to experience and realize ourselves.
Mm. Bhante,
So
I think
yeah,
I was going to ask, it sounds as though the way you describe it, that we create the world around us, that we are the ones who are creating this world, that the world is not creating us, but we're creating it. So when we look out at the world, it's an act of creation. We make the world through our eye conscious, through our eyes, our what we see, and eye consciousness, and that creates the world. So the world is created by us. We make our world.
right. That's right. That's right. Something came to my mind, very interesting thing. And Buddha
Mm.
once said, uh, without
Mm.
it is not possible to walk beyond the world. To
Mm.
walk
Mm.
end of the world to the end of the world. It is not possible to
Mm.
walk. It is not possible to walk end of the world. And Buddha
Mm.
also said, without making the end of the world, there are no liberation
Mm.
or freedom. Then
Mm.
it is not possible to walk end of the world. So without end of the world, end of without walking end of the world, there are no uh, end of there are no liberation of freedom. In
Mm.
in in that in that Buddha means we're not able to physically find out end in this universe. In this universe, so we're not a physically now we went to moon. Now we are
Mm.
plan to going to Mars. Maybe we
Mm.
will go very soon. The effort of the Elon Musk. So probably we will even go even further more. We will go.
Mm. Mm.
So maybe the closest closest star to us is the
Mm.
Proxima Sanctuary. We will go is 4.5 light years away. So maybe we will make it. There are even furthermore 4 billion stars, 4 billion stars in this galaxy. So in this Milky Way galaxy, and there's another closer galaxy, Andromeda, maybe 800 billion stars, even more. And there are many galaxies around us. This means we are not physically able to go in end of this world. So how could we make the end of this world? What would that mean? If you want to make the end, if you want to going to end of the world, then just focus. This your 6 feet size, your physical body, including your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, and the whatever you experience through the sense basis and whatever you feel. So just Buddha focus to. You don't have to realize or believe any realms. Just simply be aware yourself. So realize the reality, true nature of this. And once Buddha said the arising of the eye, birth of the eye is the birth of the uh, birth of the visuals. Birth of the eye is the birth of the eye consciousness. Birth of the eye is the birth of the feeling come through the eyes, pleasure or pain, right? Pleasure or pain. Birth of the ear is the birth of the all the sounds, birth of the eye ear consciousness, birth of the all the feelings we feel come through the ear. So the same way the death or cessation of the eye is the cessation of the all visuals, things and ear, eye consciousness, and the cessation of all the feeling come through the eye. So um, this is what we have to do. So make any question, another question. Yeah.
Is that what you're saying related to the what is known as the duality, like subject and object?
Duality.
Yeah, is that related to that what you are talking about?
Not no, it is not the what I mean. This duality is good or bad. That's Buddha said always. That's a very important thing actually. But it is not. I mean, once the Kachanagota came to Buddha. That Kachanagota is a monk and asked Buddha, mm, Samma Ditti Bante Uchati. Kittavatan ko Bante Samma Ditti Uchati. Bante, everybody says Samma Ditti, right view, right view, right view. What is the exactly right view is? Then Buddha answered him, Dvenisito Kwayang Kachana Loko Yebuyena. Kachana, this whole world is already stand only on the one side, this side or that side, and they take that's a duality. This side or that side is something is or is something not. Is something exist or is something not exist? Is something um, have or something not have? So people is always hang in into one corner or one side, one side. So you know what is Buddha's teaching talking about not on the hanging to any side, just stay in the middle. What is the
Can I
exact?
ask?
What's the exactly mean middle? It is the uh, dependent origination, understanding cause and effect, cause and effect, for reason to everything. So Um, Buddha explaining the duality. People in the world always talking about the two things: is or is not. So stay in the middle and see everything is rising and falling. So everything arises with the reason, without reason, no, nothing. So um, then
Is that
Buddha encourage us to not hang on to anything and not lean into anything and just stay in the
Mm.
middle and open your mind and see to realize. Um, so if someone, Buddha said, if someone say there are something arising, and when he see the cessation of it, there are no anything arising. When one say there are no anything, and it is not right, because when he experienced the cessation of something or losing or lost something, so then there are not only exist or not, it is always arising and passing away. So by standing in the middle, just see and experience it.
Mm.
um, I think that's what is Buddha said,
Mm.
right?
Oh,
can I ask? Is that what I was watching some videos of Hinduism? They talk about non-duality. Is that what it means?
Mm. What do you exactly mean duality? What do you the
Non-duality.
non-duality?
Uh-huh. It's the Vedanta Society of New York, and they talk about non-duality in the word consciousness.
Non-duality with consciousness?
And that we're consciousness. That's what we really are.
Uh-huh. Actually, I do not familiar with that idea, with that duality. Um, but what they mean. Then the teaching about this duality, according to Buddhist concept, it is in the Chanagota Sutta. We learned once it for a while ago. So people, Buddha said, the people always hang into one side, always grasp something. Is something, or there are not something. Someone says there are God exists and they hang on it. There are God exists and they believe it and they hold on it and they stay on that corner. And there are some other people, there are no God, and they hang on corner and they grasp it. That's all. There are nothing. There are nothing after birth or rebirth, reincarnation. No, there are nothing, only this life, and they just believe it. And some people say there are no world, there are no sentient beings. These all are like a dream, is nothing. And they say there are nothing, anything, and they grasp it. And some people say exists something. There exists something, right? This is the duality, and people always hang in something that kind of grasping that kind of idea, one of those idea. And Buddha said you don't have to grasp any of those ideas or any idea. So freely just think. Mm, that's what Buddha said. Just freely think, experience yourself. Don't
mm.
believe. It's very simple. We are able to, what do we say? We're just now able to realize everything beyond us. We can realize this whole 6 feet size physical thing and
Mm.
the things we feel. come through this whole physical thing.
Mm.
You're good. So say something. Just only we have a 15 minutes, no more. No, 15 minutes, actually 10 minutes. Just ask you a question. Bring something.
Okay, Igor.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Igor.
Yeah, I have a question. Basically, it's not only a question, it's a topic, self-compassion. How do you understand it, and how Buddha was teaching people about self-compassion? Any kind of meditations, practicing to develop this self-compassion and desire, intention to be happy. For example, I was reading books by Yongey Mingyur Rinpoche, and it was very strange meditation on prisoner. Imagine yourself, you are in prison, in cell, life sentences, and you cannot escape, no way. And the rest of your life, you will stay in this cage, the same routines every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back from this situation and just check yourself, your body, your mind, your health, and wow, I'm a free man. I would like to be happy. I don't want to stay for the rest of my life in a cage. But younger, it's Tibetan tradition, and I haven't heard many things about in Theravada, except only one in Bhante Ji in his book 8 Steps. There is talk about compassion, and there is very good example. Firefighters, they have compassion to help people to save their lives, but all the time they're thinking about themselves to be safe. It's some kind of order. In another book, I like it book this book, Dalai Lama's cat. Very funny book, but about life of Dalai Lama and cat in residency of Dalai Lama. And there is another definition. Self-compassion, it's like wisdom, selfishness.
Wisdom.
And selfishness, selfish, ego, whatever, how to say, selfish. And this is, what can you say about this? Self-compassion. What does it mean? Another definition I've heard, his teacher, Buddhist teacher in Russia, he said, it's some kind of, inside of you, there is a policeman. Remove him. Allow yourself to be happy, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. It's another definition. One more definition is just pat yourself and oh, you're a good boy, whatever, and don't cry. Self-compassion. Confusions. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Self-compassion. I think that's not bad thing. That's the good thing if we do ourselves compassion to ourselves, right? Um, the compassion is good thing. Um, so being compassion to yourself is, I think, that's a good thing. So, did you
Every
got any idea to how to do that?
every Wednesday, Bhante Bodhi, we are practicing loving kindness meditation. It starts from yourself.
Mm.
May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be self. But it's only one practice. But do you know any other one? How to develop self-compassion? How to increase it?
Actually, this self-compassion also has taught by the Buddha Kosa in the Visuddhimagga. Mm. According to that Brahmavihara meditation, the metta, karuna, mudita, and upekha, the compassion is the karuna. Um, in the suttas, they explaining the compassion to all sentient beings. The older suttas explain to do metta or karuna to other people. Uh, but in the Visuddhimagga, explain it's. I think the Buddha Gosa make it easy to do yourself first compassion. Um, Start from it's within you. May I be happy, healthy. So then then think about the others and do the same compassion or metta karuna or metta karuna to other people, other sentient beings. Mm. That I think many Buddhist followers follow in that uh, guidance in the Visuddhimagga. That's why we sometimes begin when we do practice metta, may I be happy, may I be healthy, or may I be safe, and to my loved ones, hostile ones, and all neutral ones, then all sentient beings, visible, invisible, all everyone. So you can do yourself self compassion, but I think that's good one too. But I think excellent thing the if you success, if you want to be success with that compassion, definitely you have to do so all other sentient beings. You can start from within you first, but you have to end it with focusing all sentient beings. Then, if you do for yourself, self-compassion is make you selfish and develop your ego. If you're not going furthermore, so
Yeah.
then you may try to be yourself happy by killing all around you. So uh, you can start within you, and you have to end it with all sentient beings. Thank you, Igor. That's I think you clear, right?
Huh? Pardon?
Is it clear to you now? What?
Yes. Mhm. Well, yeah, it basically starts from yourself and think about this
Right.
more. And it's some kind of um, mindfulness to yourself
Okay.
also.
The
It's just your
Craig.
feelings,
Okay,
emotions.
Craig have the idea about the self compassion. Craig, please, can you talk about it a little bit?
Um, it's just a book I read
Mm.
that is firmly in the self-help genre, which is a genre that I do not like at all and really am repelled by, but I enjoyed this book quite a lot in spite of that. It's by Tara Brach, who's she's a psychiatrist and she is a Buddhist. I don't really know her lineage, but I wrote the pithy ones in summary, which again does not do justice to the book, but it says that your compassion, your love for yourself is the same thing as your love for others, and they don't exist independently, and you don't get one without the other. And for me, that was
it was a remarkable thing to read when I read it probably 15, 20 years ago. And it definitely changed how I look at the world. So
What's the book name?
it's called Radical Acceptance.
Radical Acceptance. Okay.
Yeah, and it is, I would say, specifically a Buddhist book, but it's sort of Buddhist adjacent. It draws on Buddhism a lot. It's not really Buddhist doctrine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Craig. That's good. That's good thing and great things. Yes. So the Nikoi love says love may be too high goal for someone who torture you. In that case, is forgiveness that person to is that best compassion for yourself. Nikoi, can you say that? Explain it a little
Yes,
bit.
yeah. This is Nan Choi.
Nancho.
So I heard from Ezen Brown
Mm.
that about this group of people who were tortured. It's incredibly, painful situations, and how do they really overcome their kind of past and love themselves? It's based on forgiving those people who tortured them. So I think that loving your enemy, I don't want to use that term, but loving your enemy may be too kind of hard a goal, too high a goal. So, learn to forgive and accept, forgiveness may be better, kind of more realistic goal, so that you can, realize self-compassion. So that's what I just said. Sorry for all the typos there.
That's clear. That's clear. So your name is Nechoy?
Then Namki Choi. Yeah,
Namki.
it's my first initial and last name, Choi. Yeah,
Okay,
Namki
Choi.
Choi.
Okay. Choi, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I think that's right. That's good thing. Yeah, it's very difficult to uh to 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 love who hate us and hurt us, torturing us. So it's very difficult to do that. So mm, yeah, by hating back or torturing him back, it doesn't make sense too. Neither. It's making the situation worse. So the most important thing, this what a choice means is forgiveness himself is this, but my own self compassion to myself. So that's good thing is forgiveness. So yeah, I think you all brought a good wisdom to discussion today. So that's how we improve. We learn, we listening, and we questioning, and we answering. Uh, then we all grow with these things. So,
Abhinavante, before we finish our lessons, let me share my one experience. Right?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
So,
yes, Nona.
thank you for everybody. Listen to everybody's today. They talk about a lot of things. So, this is my real experience in my life. That's a short story. So, I'm not a young woman. I'm a very old woman, right? I have seen how the world has changed in this my long lifetime. That's lifetime. So I saw it is in my own family, my family. It's in my heart, right? So my mother was a very, very beautiful woman. She was a very beautiful woman. The change of time to the time when that beauty has faded. And today, as an 83 years old woman in the wheelchair, waiting for death. So bring me to the understanding that all things are impermanent. So meditation gives me to time to understand. I think that's a middle way. So Now I'm not sad or happiness, even if I hear something good or bad things for me, right? So now you can find out what's my compassion, what's my sad, what's my happiness, and what is my middle way in the story. The short story, this is my short, very experience, real experience, the everything inside. I think we talk about middle way, what Lord Buddha said, right? That's a middle way. The happiness and sadness and good, everything in our mind, in our heart. We have to look at our heart or our mind too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Nishan. Thank you for sharing. That's good wisdom. Yes, we that's what is the reality. Now your mom is almost end of her life. So we all face into these things, but we all struggle to be happy. We all struggle to be safe. We all struggle to be satisfied, but we die without whatever we looking for in our life for mm, permanently happiness, permanent satisfaction, permanent
Permanent satisfaction.
permanent security. So,
Mhm.
but this life we are looking for it is somewhere else. That's why people believe in some kind of heaven and stay for there forever, uh, happiness and with great pleasure without never lose. So that's the one.
Mhm.
That's the according to that's the because people desire in it. People want it. People to that security, that safety, that happiness, that pleasure. The people believe it. So according to the teaching, the Buddha's teaching is. It's not depends where we are. So um, uh, the most important thing is that this everything is subject to change. Even look at this universe. Now we are very in advance with science. So we can change. We can see the change of the world. We can see the change of the planets. We can see the change of the stars of the universe, galaxies. So, uh, in that huge, huge, huge galaxies are impermanent, subject to change. There are nothing, anything simple. Heaven is could be permanent anywhere. So we experience whatever right now just what Michael said in the beginning, instead of belief, just most important thing is to experience this moment. What is in me, going on in me, and through my sense basis. Buddhist meditation is focus this five khandha and this six senses. So um, just meditate on this to understand as they really are. So I think we had a good discussion today, and we learned a lot, and we meditated. By meditating and learning these things and discussing these things, and thank you for bringing question and your wisdom to the discussion. So we're going to share these all merits with our departed ones and ghosts and gods. May all sentient beings share these merits. By sharing these merits, may they all uh, be free, and by the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, by the power of these merits, you, your family members, live happily, peacefully, without afflictions. Finally, may we all be able to attain to final goal, freedom, enlightenment. Akasattha chibumatta deva naga mahidika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu sasanang chirang rakkantu desanang chirang rakkantu mamparang sabbhitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatmantarayo sukhi digayuko bhave bhavatu sabb mangalang rakkantu sabb devata Sabba buddhanubhavena, sabba dhammanubhavena, sabba sanghanubhavena, sada sutti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Bante. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Bante.
Thank you, Bante. Thank you, everyone.
Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay, so we'll see.
Everyone Saranai Bante.
Everyone, Saranai, no?
Don't forget, we can go to the temple too. Okay.
Yes, please come to temple next week.
If possible, absolutely.
Bye. Thank you, Bante.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.